So the size differential between Cash and Cell is night and day. We can see it. We already knew it coming into the game. And for Cash and Bree to win this game coming out the gate, Cash would have to do this about 6, 7 times a game because Cash and Bree don't shoot no threes. They don't shoot no threes straight mid range, straight paint shots. And so Cash would have to take about half of that because for Bree to be able to compensate for that other half would be a lot, especially since he's trying to ISO the whole game. But now on the flip side though, Cell. I like watching Cell. On the fact that he's a conscious player, he knows how to play tactics, and the times I do watch him. So, playing Cash in this post, I always talk about this a lot, where if you get into the post as a smaller player, you can't allow the player you're guarding to be able to feel you out and get their weight on you. Because the second they do that, you lose your advantage. And what is your advantage as a smaller player? Your speed, your quickness. That's your advantage. But if you try to play them weight to weight, you try to get chest to their back, try to body them up, you just eliminate that speed factor and it becomes a weight game, and you're automatically bound to lose that. And so what Cell does great is that he doesn't allow Cash to feel him out, whether with his hand, with his body, and he continues just to circle around him. Cash tries to feel, he circles right around. Boom. I mean, Bree gets to her spot, but Cell is doing what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? So he does that a lot this game. And this right here too, he's great with his angles. His handle's not crazy, but his angles are really good. Peep this. Everybody likes to drive and go take all these wide angles, but peep his shoulder. Look at the direction he attacks around. Look at the direction. He's so sharp on this angle that he literally cuts Cash off, and Cash isn't even able to touch him on his way up into a shot. And he's going straight forward to the middle of the rim, which is why the only reason why he got to that other side. Yeah, you can take that bucket and you can scratch it because that's a travel, buddy. That's a travel. Everybody travels on this move. I didn't even need to really rewind this, but everybody travels on this move. So everybody travels on it. It's like when you're in the triple threat and they do that little tween the legs without the dribble. They just bring it hand to hand and they try to take the other step. It's obviously a travel. You didn't put the ball down. Obviously, anytime anybody does that move or that tween, you should already know a travel's incoming. Boom. Now notice this. I've talked about this a couple times, but one-handed passes are so important. And even though coaches say not to do it, you should develop the skill to do it, so that when you do it, it's a good pass and you don't throw it carelessly or recklessly, throw a turnover or whatnot. And it's important because you don't have to load it up as much as a two-handed pass. You could, when someone throws a two-handed pass, a chest pass, a bullet pass, or hard chest pass, you can see them pick the ball up, bring it back, and throw it. So now the defense has a little more time to be able to recover and get to where they want to. But since Cell threw this one-handed, no load, he just picked it up off a dribble and just swung it right to the Pika at the top. Notice how late Bree reacts. She's standing in help, hands on her hips, vertical. He throws his pass, and she doesn't even realize that the pass is getting there. She doesn't react to it until the ball is about 5 feet away. And now she's just way too far. NBA line knocks it down. And by the way, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications because we're dropping breakdowns daily. And these breakdowns coming live on Friday, the 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you go hit that link in the description. Go follow. Let's get right back to it. So that's important to have, especially when you're one pass away from a teammate and you see help stacked up. When you see that help stacked up, you see a teammate one pass away, boom, throw that pass right over. Hard close out as if you did a whole penetrated pitch situation. Hey, now Cell, think about Cell. He could go left and go right. But it's not for everybody. I believe it's ambidextrous. But if you have both, if you're able to develop both, do it. But if not, play to your game. Play to your strengths. Do what you're able to do. You don't need to always have an offhand. Now, I see the vision. I see the vision for that. But they're kind of both off in this situation because you want to lead the ball to your teammate wherever they want to score. So I know Cell sees this gap on this right side and he sees her running down here, but you want to take it to the basket so she could catch it right underneath the basket and go up straight up for a layup. But even if he did throw it underneath the basket, I don't even think she'll be ready to be able to make it to catch that ball right there. Just because she turned her head late, and you just got to know your teammates and understand their IQ and be able to realize open situations. So, it's kind of weird. So I think it was just bound to fail in that situation. Another great job by Cell. Peep, this is a great defensive possession. Peep this. Two great plays. Two great plays. Only if he was able to finish this off with the three. He missed it in and out. But notice the little things on his defensive play. Like the same thing I told you before. He's playing in the post, but Cash kind of has a feel for him. He thinks he's got him, but really he doesn't have him. And peep this right here, his left arm right here. Now you're gonna peep later. Cash was gonna be complaining, saying, "Oh, he grabbed my jersey. He was holding on to me." But the ref can't see it. The ref is right here. The refs can't see it. If the refs can't see it, it ain't no foul. It ain't no foul. So Cell was using visibility to his advantage in the post in these situations. Because on top of that, they're really not even looking for that hand. Unless Cash says something about it, which he didn't really, they're not going to really look for it. And if it's on the whole other side, you just can't see it. So he thinks he's got a feel for him. He's got that left arm around him. And so he's going to pull him back a little bit and then circle around the front and get a hand on that ball. And that's the first one. He got that first tip. But now, notice this one right here. He hauled him out. As soon as Cash tried to get his shoulder down, hit it with that bump, he hauled him out. Now, what does that do to Cash? Cash is now off balance. And so instead of Cash having all this space to be able to go straight up, he has to regain his balance again before he's able to go up. And that gives Cell enough time to close it back out to Cash and make him feel uncomfortable enough to not go up. So two great plays. Ended up getting the steal. And then he missed a three. Hey, now there was calling fouls on Cash. Indeed, there was calling fouls. If you seen it, there was calling fouls on Cash. This video was an hour long. It was an hour long, bro. A lot of fouls, a lot of hacking. But at the end of the day, Cash was mad about it. But he fouls. It is what it is, bro. He be fouling. You can get mad at how many they call, but he's just fouling. And boom, he got that one foul. But peep how he makes this little adjustment on this next drive. Literally the next play. Next play, same attack. Cell was rim running his ass off. He was rim running his ass off. Let me tell you that. He was rim running crazy. But you saw the last time he just tried to attack and just get past Cash. But the second he tried to, Cash bumped him as he went on his drive, and that's a foul on Cash. Because on top of that, Cash is out of legal guarding position. He opens up. Cash is strong, but he's got slow feet. So I'm going to talk about that a little later, but going right back to this. He tried to get past him the first time, but this time, as he got into that area of where he's around the rim, he slowed down just a little bit. Instead of trying to get to the spot where Cash would bump him, and then he'll just get another foul. And he just spins off that top and goes to his right hand. Benefits of being ambidextrous. All right, how do you miss that? They get all the fouls on Cash, but hey, you got to let a couple go. You did call out on them. But still, how do you miss this? You see all these little fouls, these little fouls you may not call every single day, or these only official type fouls, but you don't see this travel. That's what I don't get about referees in general. They'll call the little ticky-tack fouls, the ones that you could barely see, but they don't call the obvious carries, the obvious travels that's right there in their face. What are they looking at? Another great job by Saul, man. He did it once again. Once again, man. And Pete, this first game, this is the best defense he played. He got a lot of steals, a lot of stopping Cash from being able to get to where he wants to. So the same thing, literally. Cash is literally backing up. Cell backs up with him, and instead of just going straight back, he goes back and then circles around the front. Just about these angles, and he gets that hand. He's able to still use his speed by not closing up that space between him and Cash. And that allows Cash to be able to get to do what he wants. Hey, oh my God, that was a hell of a take. Boy, if you hooped and you take charges, you know exactly how this charge feels right here. Cause, but I tell you, I felt to my damn self. I felt to my damn self, bro. But one more thing to y'all hoopers, right quick. One more thing. Cell is risking to put his body on the line just to win a best out of 3 series in the Creator League. But the thing, if he gets hurt, he's not able to make his content. And since he can't make his content, he can't be able to make his money. But he still puts his body on the line and risks the fact that he may get a concussion or whatever injury that could come out of this charge right here. Because Cash is one strong-ass nigga. Don't get it twisted. So, you're telling me Cell's willing to take a charge that could risk his ability to play and be able to make money, make his content. But you're in the game and you're not willing to take a charge? you're not willing to put your body on the line to get a stop, but yet you trying to get an offer. You trying to get an offer. You're trying to get on the court, but you don't want to do these little things like this. Whereas someone else does this in a completely situation where they don't even have to. They don't have to risk themselves in this situation, but they still do it. But yet you don't do it when you're trying to get something even more. Don't make sense to me. You wonder why you don't get on the court. You got to do these little things. Take these charges, put your body on the line, hustle plays, energy, all that little stuff. It's the simplest way that you can be able to get on the court. Game time by Bree on this first game, but peep this. The little hop that she does into this pull-up usually doesn't work most times, but I ain't gonna lie, since the Pika was already gone, she was out of there, she could have done 3 more hops and she would have got it. Cause the Pika tried to contest and she was still going for it. She was still going for it. She could have hopped 3 more times and got it. That's what I was talking about earlier. He's grabbing his shirt, but he can't get at the ball. But it's all good, you know. He's grabbing his shirt, but they can't even see it. Like I was saying, he's playing his visibility. He's using visibility to his advantage, and you can start doing that as a player, literally just by realizing where the referees are positioned on the court, where they're going to be looking at things. Literally, you could just take a glance and see what you could do and see what you can't do. And the second game, so I was like, all right, I'm not trying to lose. So we just started bulldozing to the rim. But the thing about that is when you just bulldoze hard every single time to the rim, you're going to get tired. You see him hands in the knees and help. So now he's tired. He's not able to fight Cash. He's not able to use his speed. And since the fact that you lose, the second that you lose your stamina, you're going to lose your speed. Cell lost his speed, and he gave up a lot of points early to start off this game too, because a lot of energy is taken to just go straight to the rim and just be able to try to get a bucket. Boom, once again. Now, the thing of this is that if you're going to come into a game where you're playing against a bigger player, someone like this is the situation, always just try to get your work done early. It's not even just about Cash. It's about hoopers in general. If you're like a wing trying to guard a big, or you're a small point guard trying to guard a wing or something like that, try to get your work done early because you know they're going to try to use that size advantage. So instead of just sitting in areas where you're going to allow them to be able to get to where they want, and then you start to fight them before they even get to where they want. So by the time they can maybe even get to where they want, they have to work so much harder, and it takes a lot of energy for them. But you got to make sure also that you're conditioned and you got enough stamina to be able to do so. Because if not, they're going to end up running out of gas. So it's just how it is. And so in this situation right here, instead of Cell just watching Cash, you see Bree go up, hit Cash's body. Make sure you don't get the offensive rebound. And had he literally seen that shot go up and hit a body, boom, he had that rebound and literally landed right in front of Cash. Landed right in front of him. Cell's trying to fight. Now Cash with his little over the chin celebration. I don't know what that is, but hey, you got it. Cell's trying to fight now. He's got a little more energy. But Cash does a great job of holding that seal this time. Instead of just dropping back and trying to get his back as close to the rim as he can, he makes sure Cell's on his backside instead of worrying about where he is on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still moving back, but he's moving back and still locating Cell's body and making sure that he's not able to get in front. And on top of that, Bree made a good pass, throwing that ball to the spot towards his left side, so that because Cell's going to try to come over Cash's right side and get that ball over the top, but that ball is thrown more so to his left, and Cell wouldn't be able to make a play on that. And, you know, 12-4 right now. It's getting tough. It's getting rough, bro. You can't even knock those down. It's a little tough right now, man. Like I said, Cell's tired right now. So now I was just like, damn, I can't even get a bucket. I can't even buy a bucket right now. And then, damn, they go and score like this. And then, damn. Anytime you hit the floor and somebody scores, regardless of what the bucket is, how you feel, it just kind of looks a little off. It looks a little bad. I ain't going to lie. Yeah, right here. Yeah, if you watch this video, Cell's team got the dub in the end. But Cell's a SMI, a strong-minded individual, bro. Because if you're in this situation right here where you can't get a bucket and your teammate get a look like this and they smoke it, a lot of people's folded. A lot of people are just saying, "Fuck it, man. I'm done, bro. We can't get shit right now, man. We down 14-4. They 4 buckets away from winning the game. Like, man, like a lot of people just say, "Damn, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more." But there's a couple things that allow them to get back in this game. Had this game just stayed continuous, this game 2 stayed continuous, it could have been a different outcome. And this right here, this timeout, this rest, this injury timeout, a 3-minute injury timeout. Cell is tired. Cell is fatigued. You seen him hands on his knees, cannot play Cash how he wanted to defensively, but now he's getting a little rest. I think this rest timeout lasted about a minute and a half or so. I don't know if it lasted the full 3, but this still allows Cell to get some time to get his energy back and be able to do what he needs to do a little bit defensively and offensively. And now you see him fighting a little more. Got the 3-second count. Great defense off the first timeout. And then boom. Another injury timeout right here. But now this one lasts about 3 to 4 minutes. Now Cell's got all his breath back. He got all his energy back. He's ready to go right back. Now he ain't tired no more, bro. And this to me, how I see it, is a huge factor. Because now Cell could be able to do what he needs to do offensively, do what he needs to do defensively, and he's just rim running at this point. He's rim running, and the refs are giving him his fouls. So put those two things together, and the fact that Cash can't properly be able to stop and then be able to change direction, or Cash isn't great at being able to breaking his stance, get into spots. It's either going to be a foul or a Cell bucket most of the time. And so this is how the game ended up turning out. Yeah, bucket, but let's scratch that one too, man. Cell travels a lot on these, and I know damn well he knows himself. Let's take a look at this. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't even need to look. Look at that right foot. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Come on, man. I see him. I don't know how refs don't see him, but hey. Hey, now this action right here, because in this whole tournament, nobody's switching these actions. So you could literally go to these two-man actions the whole time, and you'll be able to get to where you want to. And boom, since Cell could go both ways, it don't matter which way the screen come from. He may have a side he likes to go to more, but at the end of the day, he can still go both ways. Now peep that crossover. Peep that crossover right here on this show. Bree tried to hedge. Bree tried to stay. But then since the fact that she tried to do that, he's able to hit that cross. He opens up that baseline. Gets right to his right hand once again, even though he's a lefty shooter. Hey. I don't know how I feel about this one. Because did he get elbowed? Yes, he did. But the ref called it off the fact that he's seen Cell's reaction to it. And he called it super late. Now, it was kind of hard to see, but I think right there he got hit with the elbow. And so the ref seen him on the ground and was just like, nah, I can't let that go. He just got elbowed in the head. Yeah. But I don't know how Cash should be complaining so much. Like, bro, you straight up fouling him. It's fouls. Like, at the end of the day, it's fouls. Even though you don't call them in your 1-on-1s, your 2-on-2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever you be playing, pickup games, they're fouls at the end of the day. So you put a ref on the court without the way Cash plays defense, they're going to be foul calls. Now he could even go right and get back to his lefty shot. I'm telling you, if you can use both hands effectively, not saying you have to use it this well, but if you can use them somewhat relatively effectively in the basic touches with your offhand, it's going to help a ton. It's going to help a ton. And on top of that, as you continue just to do it more and more, you'll naturally gain more control and ability in your offhand. And peep the same thing right here. Now they're just confused. Are we switching? Are you staying? Or what are we doing? So now Cell hits that same change of pace, which slows Bree down and causes her to stop the thinking process of the action. And now Cell attacks, and Cash is just far down below. And if I'm catching that situation, I'm just helping all the way over. And they stole that game too, off the fact that Cell was able to get some rest. Hey, a lot of great hands in this possession. A lot of great hands in this possession. A lot of great hands in this possession. Peep all three. Peep all three. Cash had the ball sitting out in front of him. Cell was in reaching distance of it. Cash is relaxed. Boom, tip the ball out. He sees this one right here, but the thing about this one, not a lot of players can make this, because if you're not quick enough, you'll come right here and be a split second off, and you'll literally just truck the other player and miss the ball. But if you're quick enough, you know yourself, you know your speed, you can be able to make plays like this without getting that foul. And then Bree right here makes a play on that, literally just wraps around his back as he drives. Was he even trying to play defense for real and stay in front? Hey, Cash is raging, dog. Hey, but the way he's reacting off this make me think, did he really foul him? Like, did he really foul him? And then boom, he's still cursing him out. And he gets a tech. Now, I don't fuck with that tech right there. I just do not fuck with that tech. You giving him a tech in a 2-on-2 game? Like, come on, bro. What is a tech doing for you, bro? And I know damn well that Cell do not want to win this game off of shooter fouls, off of technical. Come on, bro. You even said it in the vid, bro. Like, nobody want to win off of shooting technicals in a 2-on-2 game. Like, come on, bro. Why you calling techs for? That's just whack. Just whack. Pete. Is he cursing the ref out? Yeah. If this was an organized game, okay, I get it. Of course, that's a tech in an organized game. But this is just a 2-on-2. And he calling technicals. I think they call 2 techs on him. Like, bro, you gonna call techs, bro? You may as well just eject him too. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, why are you calling techs for, bro? It's pointless. And they knock down that free throw. Game 3 right here. And now the key about this thing. She ain't shoot a jump shot in about 2 games. She ain't shoot a shot in about 2 games. She may have shot 1 since that first game. But she has shot maybe 1 or 0 shots between that first game and this last game. That's called being ready to shoot. And a lot of players get bogged down, discouraged when you ain't touching the ball, you ain't get a shot. But the thing is, you're going to end up getting a shot. You're going to end up getting a chance to shoot. But are you going to be ready for it? Or are you going to stay mad like you were before and just once you do get the opportunity to shoot, you miss it. But now the confidence and the trust that your teammates have for you go down. And so you're not even going to touch that ball anymore. So what are you going to do? It's either one or the other. It's your choice. Hey, the thing is, Cash be having his body in the right positions. But it be his arms, bro. It be his arms. Like, okay, you see that hand check right there. You can be like, but you could let that slide. Let that slide, right? His body's in the right spots. But why let your hands down? Why let your hands down? It don't make sense. You're getting your hands in the shooting pad. You're getting your hands in the cookie jar. So as soon as you do, boom, he goes up. Your hands are right there. Just keep your hands out to your side. Keep your hands up. Make sure they're visible so that the refs can see them. And it's not even just Cash. It's a lot of players in general. A lot of players just struggle with keeping their hands out of the cookie jar. And when they try to stay vertical, their body is vertical. Yes, they're not jumping from A to B. Their body is straight. But their hands are out in front, are reaching over. So now you're not even vertical anymore. It has to be your body and your arms. Notice, as soon as he gets into these bumps, Cash's hands are just down for absolutely no reason. He's not trying to make a play on the ball. His hands are just sitting there. And Cash has the advantage, not even just the weight advantage, the height advantage, maybe even arms too. So there's no reason to bring your hands down and try to make up for the advantages you have down low already. Might have been a travel, but that's a tough lay. Yeah, that was a travel, but that's a tough lay, bro. That's a tough lay. Going to the left, throwing it back with the right. Like, being ambidextrous is low-key a cheat code, but it's not for everybody. Don't try to go in the gym and work on doing floaters with both your right and left hand off all these different things if that's not you, because it's not for everybody. Some players could do it to different extents. Some players can't even do it at all. Some players are great at doing both just as well as they do the other, like Cell. But if it's not you, don't do it. You're going to waste a lot of time in the gym trying to make your offhand so perfect, trying to do all these things with your offhand that you're not even working on the things you need to work on to be effective in the game. You get me? So stop wasting your time trying to do these things. Although it may be good for somebody else, do what you do best. And then if that's something you need to add the basics of it, add the fundamentals of it. Don't waste your time trying to do floaters or whatnot with your offhand, because most players don't even do floaters with their offhand. Now right here with Bree, peep her setup. Peep the setup. The off arm, specifically the off arm. Now the off arm is completely legal as long as it's not excessive. You see Clay, Steph, all these great off-ball players, damn, Buddy Hield, any shooter, name them. They do this every night. They come off these screens when they just want to mislead somebody. They just guide them a little bit. This is guide them a little bit. Like Jordan's last shot, 98 finals, just lead them on a little bit. You don't push them. You don't extend it crazy amount. You just lead them. And the ref is right there. They can see it, but it's not excessive. You're just guiding them. It's not like you're pushing them over. So make sure you're not doing it too much to the point where the ref could call the foul. Told Cash to clear out. Peep the attack though. Peep the attack though. Now it's a couple things I want to talk about. Notice she clears him out, opens up this whole lane going to the middle, right? Instead of having Cash be right here, Cash is now on this other side, and Cell is in position of help that's just underneath the rim, which is kind of ineffective, because if you're underneath the rim and trying to be all the way over and help, you're not going to be able to close off any lanes, because by the time she gets into this area, she's already going up into her shot, and you're not even in help. So if you're going to be in this position down low, I'm not talking about just Cell in this situation. It's not like I'm just talking about him. I'm just talking about when you're playing in general. If you're just hooping, step up a little bit so you can stop the lane and stop her ability to be able to go up into the shot. But now notice the Pika. She's in good position right now. Of course, you got to force a player towards a help. Yeah. But boom, right there, she fucked up. No, peep that double cross, I believe it is. Boom, she fucked up. I think it was a cross tween. Right there. You're done. Cross tween, you're done. You see how her left foot opened up? She fucked up because now you opened up that whole lane for her to go straight down and attack the rim without having to work harder, be able to curve her angle out a little more. So now she's literally able to find the lane that she wants to get to, attacks it. The peak is already opened up. She turns that shoulder, and there's nothing really she could do. Bree's gone, gets to the rim. Now peep it once again. Opened up just right there. That her left foot, it just opened up that whole lane and allowed her to get a straight line drive. Hey, Cash could be mad, but it's a foul. It's a foul, bro. Like the thing about this is that Cash is strong, but his feet aren't quick. So now the second that Cell attacks and he initiates that contact, Cash is going to get called for the foul. And on top of that, when Cash does try to get back, he's not even beating them to the spot. He's not getting to where he needs to be to stop him and then be able to take on a bump, because he's not squared up in front. He turned his shoulders. He's trying to recover, and then Cell bumps him, and Cash is still trying to bump him too. So now he's going to get called for a foul. Then boom, 8-10. 8-10. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. His arms. I'm telling you, it's the arms, bro. If he's just stopped the arms right there, he's been playing solid defense. It's good enough defense. If he just stopped his arms from coming down every single time, as he begins to get closer to the basket, he's not getting these fouls. It's only because his arms. It's not because he's strong. It's not because the bumps. Sometimes, a few of those times, it's literally just because his arms. And then boom, 8-10, game to 11. You shooting a free throw to win the game. Like, this is just like, damn. You don't want to win a game off a free throw at all, man. But Pete.
Tune in next week. Hey, tell CashNasty to drop our freaking 1v1 we played a month and a half ago.
Cash is gatekeeping? I ain't know Cash was gatekeeping, bro. Don't bruise him, dog. Drop that 1v1, bro. What is he doing? Don't gatekeep, bro. Don't gatekeep. Drop that 1v1. And did he get dropped off? That may be the reason. I don't know, man. Hopefully, do actually drop that 1v1. And that's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because we dropping breakdowns daily. Go hit that link in the description. Go follow me. Live stream coming on Friday. And make sure you stay in tune for the Discord server dropping very soon. And we out of here.